Gentlemen, good Thursday morning to you.
It ain't no good Thursday morning, Jen. It's not. It's not. It's not.
You are going to have to retire your goat mask. I don't want to ever see it again out here on this set again. It is over and it is out.
Hold on. I didn't break it out Monday. Monday was the perfect time. I let it go. I let you slide.
Last Saturday night was actually an indictment of your man, LeBron James, and I'm about to get to all of the above.
Shannon, I know this is painful for you, but what was the biggest reason the Lakers lost to the worst team in the West?
Well, it's the same reason they've been losing all year, Skip. If you go follow my timeline, and when the Lakers play, I tweet two things: turnovers and they can't defend. And again, last night, what did they do? Turn the ball over and they can't defend. And you know, you hear Jalen Green says our job in the our game plan in the overtime was to attack Melo, but it seems like every game they have a game plan where they're trying to attack someone. Skip, it's simple as this: the Lakers are old. If you go to a retirement facility, Skip, they're not playing basketball, they're not playing tennis, they're playing shuffleboard. You see, the Lakers are old, Skip, so they can't do lateral movement. They don't go side to side. Yeah, they'll play defense here or there. They try to catch somebody late in the shot clock. They'll try to hug up, not let them get a shot off. But consistently, Skip, they gave up 139 points. How many, since the All-Star break, have 60-point, 70-point halves have they given up? It's the same thing. You know, the guys fought today. Now, I'm tired of hearing that, Frank. Stop making excuses for these guys. They're not playing hard. Well, if they're playing hard, they're not playing smart. You can't give up 68 points to this team. I granted, they're NBA players, Skip. They're a young team. They're 20, 25 games. Hold on, what are they? 17 and 49. So that's 22 games under 23. No, 32 games under 500. And they beat that. They beat the Lakers. I get it. Everybody's going to get up. That's the Lakers. Yada yada yada. Saying. So you know they're going to get up to play you. So why do you lay down when teams are going to get up to play you? It's as simple. It's really that simple. They didn't play any defense. They couldn't. The Rockets are a terrible three-point shooting team. Not last night. They turned the Lakers, opponents averaged 51 points in the paint. Houston, with no big, got 62. Everybody has a career night when they play them. Jalen Green got his career night. Sengun got his career night. Play the Lakers. If you want to have a career night, play the Lakers. Bound to occur. So, look, Lakers allow 14, 15 fast break points. What did the Lakers give up? Up and down the court they go, Skip. So, for me, I've seen enough. I don't want people tell me, well, this guy, I'm not so sure. Maybe you win 5 or 6 more games. But, Skip, this is who the Lakers are. The pieces never work. They don't play defense. They turn the ball over, Tyler. They're just so reckless, so careless with the basketball, and then they wonder why they lose these close games. You lose close games, you get blown out. Your record, I'm looking at your record, it's 28-37. What, you think all these 37 losses have been close? Do you remember what the Nuggets did to them, Skip? Do you remember what Minnesota did to them? So this is who they are. They turn the ball over too much, and they don't play any defense. And their best players last night, LeBron played the worst game. He might have played his second worst game of the season. There was another game, it might have been Portland somewhere, Skip, where he had like 24, 25 shots, and he had more shot attempts than points. But last night, he was very bad. Careless with the basketball, didn't have the three ball going, continued to settle for the three. And I'm like, bro, you got Eric Gordon on you. Bro, you got Kenyon Martin Jr. on you. And he just hold the ball late into the shot clock, jack up a three. It was not a good performance. I thought Russ played fairly well. Yes, he missed some shots, missed a couple of layups last night, but I thought Russ played really well last night. I really do. I thought he played really well. I thought he acquitted himself from some of the things that have transpired over the last night. He can't get all that back in one game, but I thought Russ played well. LeBron let his team down last night because I thought he should have. What LeBron should have done is what Jalen Green did on the first play of overtime. Like Jalen Green powered through Melo, LeBron should have powered through Inaba, or come up on the other side. He's like, no, you know what? Melo got a wide open shot. He missed. That's what I thought he was going to do once he turned the corner, Skip. I never thought for a second, once he turned the corner, he was going to pass that basketball. He did live with it, but LeBron didn't play well last night. But the main reason they lost is that they turned the ball over and nobody plays defense. Nobody.
Okay, it is my turn. And I'm actually to the point I'm getting tired of talking about your Lakers. who get more baffling to me by the night, because just when I think they've hit bottom, they find a new low.
They drill even lower, huh?
And Jen's lead said that LeBron's effort last night was Herculean.
No.
It was simply, and I do appreciate the one thing you did say, that it was the second worst game. We could debate that all day and all night.
Right.
But the point was, this was as overrated and misleading a triple-double as you will ever see. It's why I don't love the stat of triple-double, because it does not tell the tale of what happened in the game.
You notice I didn't even mention, did I?
You did not mention it. And by the way, one number that did tell the tale, if you look at plus minus for the night, LeBron James was the worst on the floor of either team at minus 17.
Yes.
LeBron James was 1 of 9 from 3, and the one came in what became garbage time of overtime, which is hard. It's hard to have a garbage time in overtime because it's only 5 minutes long. And the Lakers managed to get blown off the floor early in overtime. You're kidding.
Team scored 19 points in 5 minutes.
And LeBron hits a late three that mattered none, obviously, to get up to 1 of 9. And for the game, he was 9 of 26. And for the fourth quarter, he was 2 of 10 for the fourth quarter. Okay, what do I always say about LeBron James? He's a below-average three-point shooter, and I'm trying to be nice before I get harsh. But the point is, he's now fallen back to 34.8% from 3. He has rare hot-handed nights because he can get hot. He's got the crazy hot gene in him, but it only manifests itself every maybe 3 weeks or so. He'll have a night like he did against Golden State where he'll make one and it'll be like, I got it. And then he'll start holding the pose. And then he'll start hopping on one leg, hopping back, holding the pose. And he made 6 threes against Golden State. And it opens up the super highway to the basket. And he can, I'm going to say it again because I've been sitting over here saying it all season long. He still plays bully ball better than anybody in this league. Anybody. He is still the best attacker of the basket in basketball. I'm not exaggerating. I'm gushing about his ability to attack the basket. He is 6'9". You want to talk about his man body? He's got his man body at age 37 because it's often man among boys down low. When he gets in, because he's ambidextrous, and he's got the broad shoulders and he's got the powerful upper body. Once he gets you in position, if he's got 2 defenders under the basket, you can't stop him. I don't care if you're 7 feet tall. You at least have to foul him because he can up fake. He can go either hand. He's shrewd operator. He's got the highest IQ in basketball. He's impossible to stop, as Golden State found out, a la 56 points on Saturday night when he gets you underneath. Ask Kevon Looney. Ask Kuminga. They couldn't deal with him.
Wiggins was tasked. But can I say one thing? Do you think last night, Skip, really was the first time that I think LeBron knee bothered him. He had no Skip. You see the bunnies that the overtime shot.
You could be right, but what do you always tell me? If you're out there, you're out there.
You got to
play. You play.
You gotta
right?
Play.
Okay. I didn't see him limp. I didn't see him wince. It could be bothering him. I believe he has age 37, year 19, tendinitis, because we all do, man. I mean, we just got it. It's a little bit of whatever you want to call it. It's decay of the cartilage, where I don't think he needs surgery. Your knees just get sore from the pounding. He still thunder dunks. Last night, he went, remember, down the lane? But it was like mid-fourth quarter. He just got loose down the lane, and he contest dunked it, right? Is he still capable of doing that? Yes, he is. Okay, now here we go again. And I'm not going to hold back anymore because I'm sick and tired of getting criticized for criticizing LeBron for this. He's an all-time great player with one fatal flaw: the inability to close games because he doesn't trust himself at the late game free throw line. I'm sorry, it's as simple as that. It has cost this team, I'm going to say conservatively, 5 games this year, but I can make a case 7 or 8 games have been cost the Lakers because LeBron ran from the late game free throw line. You have to have the killer will. You have to have the supreme Jordan-esque confidence to say, I don't care who you are. And especially when it's a team that has lost 13 of 14 games and 17 of 19 games. It's a young team with one veteran player, Eric Gordon, who does know how to play basketball.
And I believe they were playing last night without their best player. Christian Wood, I believe, is their best.
Christian Wood didn't play. He's 18 and 10, ladies and gentlemen. 18 points and 10 rebounds were not there, which allowed LeBron to play the 5. Well, what happens on defense when LeBron plays the 5? He really can't guard in the post. He actually takes time off in the post because he can sort of drift in there and just take a possession off. But you mentioned it. Şengün just was abusing him down low because he's just a big kid who's not afraid of LeBron James guarding him. Okay, so now all that happened, and to your point, it was not Russ's fault for once last night. It was not.
I thought he played well.
He played about as well as you could expect him to play at his stage and age of his career with the pressure mounting on him. Okay, so everything that happened, all the problems, it still came down to 2 last possessions.
Yes.
And it's very simple. LeBron James, all-time great as he is, he has to get it in his head, I'm going to close this game. And it's me. It can't be Carmelo, who's as old as LeBron.
He's a year older, actually.
You can't trust Carmelo on the road. We know that. We've seen it all year long.
Right.
I don't know why. At the crib, he can make the shots.
Yeah.
At what used to be Staples, he could make the shots.
Yep.
But you can't trust him on the road because it's just been repeated that he goes cold on the road. He doesn't trust himself in the clutch on the road.
Right.
Okay, so what happened with, let's go back to the 2:30, was it 2:39, Mark? Let me get this here. Yeah, 2:39. If we could see this, LeBron has 2 free throws. And I've complimented him because he's got this new free throw routine. If we could see, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have this one. It's 2:39 left. But as you know, he's been making his free throws at a very high rate because he's up to 76%, which for him is really great. Now, it only ranks 79th of 103 qualified free throw shooters.
Well, consider where it was last year.
Okay, it's much better. But the point is, he's got the new routine where he goes deep breath, one hard dribble, and just let it go. And he's been letting it go sweet, you know, with nice touch and nice arc. And they've been going in, and they look like they're legit when they go in. He swishes them. Okay, so he makes the first one with 2:39 left, and he missed the second one. And you could just see it's like, oh, God, don't tell me it's going to come back to haunt me again, or the demon's going to creep up in my psyche again. Okay, so we got 2 possessions late, and we've got the one with 13.7 seconds left, and I'm pretty sure we do have this because he drives it in the lane, and then he shies away from contact, and he shoots the little sort of running fall away. It's almost like he fades away and shoots it, and it missed pretty badly. Okay, this is just me. This is 6'9", 270. This is the all-time freight train I've ever seen in all my years watching the NBA. Just attack, because you're going to get the call. I know he hasn't gotten some calls, but in that case, I promise you're going to get the call. But you got to have the guts to go stand there by yourself from 15 feet and shoot what's called a free throw, because it's free. And all you have to do at that point is make one to win the game, because it's tied. So you get a break, you miss the shot, you fade from contact, you say, I don't want to get in there, and you miss the shot. But Russ, who was playing his butt off as he always does, he was playing hard. He was playing harder than anybody on the floor last night. He fights for the loose ball rebound, and they challenged because they thought it was off Russ, and they, guess what? The Lakers win, or they lose the challenge.
The call stood.
Call stands. You get a reprieve. You get to inbounds the ball, and you get another chance. King, it's your turn again, and I'm tweeting, just drive it. Just have the courage to go stand there and make one free throw, and let's see what happens with this last second play. He gets the blow by, which surprised me, on Eric Gordon. He's just gone. And here comes Nwaba, and LeBron has 2 options. When Nwaba comes over, and Nwaba had only played 7 minutes in the game, and he's still a baby. He's still a kid. LeBron had just thunder dunked at the 6-minute mark. Just attack him. Just try to posterize him, because even if he blocks your dunk, or he's going to have to foul you. I'm sorry. You're too big. You're too strong. You're too powerful. He's going to foul you.
Even if he didn't thunder dunk you, Skip, if you remember the first play of overtime, the way Jalen Green, attack Carmelo Anthony.
Well, he did.
And he really could have got an and one. I thought that's what LeBron was going to do. I thought he was going to play through the contact. Even if he didn't try to dunk it, I thought he was going to initiate the body contact and try to lay it off the glass. Now, everybody's like, well, you should have did, here come Russ on the dive. But Russ, they could have called Russ for an offensive foul because he shoved Jalen Green out of the way.
He did.
I don't have a problem. The problem that I have, Skip, is that for the first time, I thought LeBron, and he said, like, well, you know, my momentum took me up under the basket. But I think at that point in time, Skip, he had already made his mind up he was going to pass the basketball.
I would agree. And he is still the best passer in basketball.
Yeah.
But at that moment, you are by far the best player on the floor.
Yeah,
You're by far.
yeah,
It's like, this is laughable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even need to make the statement because we all know that even in year 19, he's ×5 the best player on the floor, right?
Yeah.
So now you say, I don't want any part of Nwaba because I don't want to go shoot the free throws. But now you have a chance.
Skip, all you need is one.
Okay, you only need one free throw. So you got 2 chances to make one. Have the guts to go make one. I know you can make one. Listen, I would have bet a lot of money LeBron could have made 1 out of 2. I just believe it.
Right.
With his new routine, just go up there and let it fly.
Yeah, I believe he'd made one.
One of 2, and I think he would have made the first one.
Yeah.
That's just me, because if you miss the first one, now it gets pretty shaky.
Yes.
But I believe he would have made the first free throw. So now he's got option number 2. Well, Nwaba jumps and leaves his feet, so you could take one more dribble to the baseline and then just go up.
Well,
and
he had
under.
already given up his dribble, Skip, so I thought he was going once Nwaba jumped, and I saw him like, okay, well, he's not coming to going up on that side. I thought he was going to up and under.
Okay, all right. And he said he got a little off balance, and then he did what he always opts back on doing, which he's great at. His vision's extraordinary.
Right.
So it's like 1,000 to 1 that at that point most players could even find somebody to pass to. But he's scouting.
Melo wide open.
And Melo had to take a dribble he wasn't wide open.
But Skip, that's Melo's shot. Melo likes to dribble.
One dribble to set yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
And he missed it.
He missed it.
Okay, if you make it, all bets are off and we're not having this conversation.
Right.
But once again, you fail to close. And I've said all year, I can't tell you, we don't have enough show for me to go through the games where King, just close it.
Yeah.
You do it. Don't trust anybody else. I know you bring up the Steve Kerr, the John Paxson shots. This is regular season basketball featuring LeBron James.
Here's the thing, Skip. It shouldn't even been it shouldn't have come down to a last-second shot.
Okay,
you played a team that's 32 games under 500.
It's ridiculous, but it did. And because it did, you could wipe the slate clean. You could save the night and at least give your team an ounce of momentum if you just close the deal with one free throw. But repeatedly, we saw it against the Clippers. We're 2 Clippers games back.
Yeah.
It was when we were on vacation on the Friday night game.
Yeah.
It was the same situation. They were down 1 late, and LeBron, they inbound to LeBron, way to go. And so he takes a dribble, and he's like, should I attack or should I not? And then he dribbles backward and lets the 2 come to him. So they double.
Right.
And then he kicks it to Carmelo, who looks surprised near the top of the circle, like, you really want me to shoot this?
Right.
They're down 1, and Carmelo opts, because it's what he does, he opts to take a 3, and remember, it was woefully short.
Right.
And then Reggie Jackson makes 2 free throws, so it's a 3-point game. And LeBron gets 1 chance at redemption. He shoots up. It's a fadeaway. But
I wouldn't.
Okay, it was a hard shot. But if you make it, man, you are the hero.
Right.
And it barely ticked the front end of the rim.
Right.
And then remember against Dallas, we may have this. I'm not sure. Did we have the Dallas video? Okay. I'm sorry. Do we? Yes. Okay. So we got Dallas. So remember this game against Luka, and here we go down the stretch of the Dallas game.
The turnover.
It's just a terrible turnover that leads to a breakaway dunk.
Yeah.
That puts them down 1, and then he tries a 3 and in and out, and then he tries his patented shot, the fadeaway from the elbow, and it's a little short. And then here he goes again with a turnover. Luka takes the ball away. And then here's LeBron, and this is to cut the lead to 3, and he airballs wide right.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were up 6 with 7 minutes to go. I'm just saying, you're LeBron bleeping James. You got to close that one. And meanwhile, what was Luka doing? And Luka's a poor shooter too, but he took
He got hot though.
He did what he does best. He does the Dirk Memorial step back, one-legged jump shot from 6 feet, and then 13 feet. Twice on LeBron, once on Melo. And I get it. I get what I love Jalen Green. I told you before the draft, I'll take Jalen Green over Cade Cunningham. But that kid can cook when he gets going.
Yeah, he got going.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he just blurts out after the game, our scouting report is, we're hunting Melo. Well, duh. Yeah, because has he ever played?
No.
People were hunting Melo when he was a rookie.
Yeah, when he was 25, when he was 26.
They were.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. And last night, occasionally, they were hunting LeBron because he's on Şengün down low, and he's just not tall enough to do that, right? If you're going to play him at the 5. And then Twitter was going crazy. If we have it, we might as well show it. But I don't fault LeBron for this because he is an older, aging player.
Right.
But you know what Eric Gordon did to him early in the game?
Yeah.
They're up 16-11. I think we do have this. This 16-11 Lakers. And, okay, all right. Yeah. You know, it was a nice play by Eric Gordon. But I'm not faulting LeBron for that because he can't move his feet like he used to. He can't sit in the chair, as you call it, like he used to.
Right.
But the point is, there have been all these potential games because they're average at best, but James Worthy said after the game, they're still good enough. They should be the 6th seed. The great James Worthy, he's on Sports Spectrum here in L.A.
I agree. I'm not going to debate that.
They should be the 6th seed even without AD, who you've had issues with all year because his motor doesn't run too hot, right? It runs more cold than hot.
Yes.
Okay, so I look at this team, and I do look at Westbrook, and he had a nice game last night, and I do look at Malik Monk, and I do look at Austin Reeves, who played his tail off again last night, and I say, you know what? With LeBron and Dwight, they've sort of doghoused him. I don't know.
There was no need for Dwight last night, Skip, especially with the small lineup they were playing.
And no Christian Wood.
And Christian Wood, yeah. So I don't have a problem with that, Skip. But remember, I said, Skip, they played 8 games since the All-Star break. They've had 7 halves, the Lakers, in which they've given up 60-plus points. Skip, how do you win when you give up 60-plus?
And here's the problem, is that just last year, they ranked number 1 in defense. Now they rank 17th in defense. They rank 16th in three-point shooting defense. Right. Well, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, if you can't guard, but you turn the ball over,
you're 24th in turnovers, and now LeBron and Russ are top 10 in turnovers. When you have 2 guys, you're 2 guards top 10.
So you're in the top 10 in turnovers. You're in the bottom of defense. That's a recipe for what, Skip? That's a recipe for 28 and 37.
It is. I got it.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.